Good evening, Mom. How are you today?
I'm great.
It's good to be over here with you at your home. Today is Tuesday, April 14th. Is that right?
Yes, it's right.
Okay. Wow. It's already 6 p.m. Can you believe that? This day's flown.
It sure has. It's gone by really fast.
Well, our good old pal's laying here with us, Layla.
Yes, Layla's always around with me.
She likes to be here in our interview, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
She's really good and quiet when we have these.
Yes, she is. She's waiting on her cookie.
Oh. Well, Champ and Layla, I think they liked what I brought them, don't you?
Oh, yes, those good old homemade cookies. They're so good.
Well, thank you. Well, I know I've caught you before dinner, so I won't keep you long, but I wanted to talk to you today about your career in the past. You used to be a private investigator. Can you tell me just a little bit about what got you interested in it?
Well, what got me interested in these people that that I talked to that had problems and they wanted to be investigated to see what was going on in their life. And
so they were looking for answers.
They were looking for answers, and I'm just very interested in it. Doing stuff to help find out what was going on.
When you do that kind of work, I think you have to be very smart. Plus, in addition to being smart, you have to be loaded with common sense.
Oh, yes, you do. And you have to be careful of doing the things like that. But I already got by good. I never had no problems. But I didn't get close enough, to people. But I had a camera, and I wore a hat and a dark sunglasses and a long coat.
That's just like in the movies.
And you wouldn't know me anywhere, and I had done my hair. They wouldn't know where I was a man or woman, either one.
Oh, wow.
The way I was dressed.
Now, you and I'm guessing that you had a partner in the detective business.
Yes, I did. He was very good, but we had a lot of business, and we just couldn't hardly do all of it. So me and him went in together, and we did fine, finding out things that the people wanted to know.
And I bet you made a lot of money doing that.
Oh, yes, we did. Yeah, I still wish I was in that business.
And you know something? I bet that you really didn't like to tell people some of the stories that you had to tell them, the answers.
No, I didn't. I really didn't, because it really hurts people to find out things about each other, and it's really sad, but you have to do it because you can't go on living like that.
Yeah, and it was your job, and if they hire you to tell them the truth, you have to tell them what you discover.
Yes, I do. I just tell them like it is, what I found out and everything, and they can take it from there and do what they want to.
Right. And so how many years did you do that kind of work? Do you remember, just a guess?
I think it's about 3 or 4 years, about 4 years, I think.
And then probably after that you went into nursing, right?
Yeah, lab technician.
And then nursing.
And then nursing, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's wonderful. I tell you what, there's a private investigator that works in my building, and I think it's very interesting. He reminds me of the old-timey type. He smokes a cigar and all that.
Yeah, he does, and he just wanders around, that guy does.
He's not too private, though. I can hear him dialing the phone through the wall.
Yeah, that's good. The phone, I tell you, you can, if you find out the other person that is cheating on the other one, if they'll give you their number, you can call them and disguise your voice and talk to them, and you can get a lot out of them. And that's a good way to find out what's going on.
Wow. Well, let's see here. Can you think of probably one of the most, hey, Layla, it's okay. Can you think of one of your most interesting cases that you ever did? Like, is there one that just sticks out in your mind above all the others?
Yes, this was this couple, and they loved each other very much. And they both worked. And sometimes he'd come home and sometimes he wouldn't. And she came to me and talked to me about it. And he'd go out of town and pretend like he's on a job or something like that. And so I got to investigating him, and to find it out, he had a girlfriend, and he was pretending to work, but he wasn't. He was with her, and that was so. I don't know. I felt so sorry for her. They had two children at that time, and he would just. I'd go by where he was. I found out where the house was that he went to, her house, and then I called her and told her where he was. So she came where it was, and I told her not to go in, but I just wanted her to know where he was.
Wow, Mom, that's really heartbreaking. And
Yeah, I felt sorry.
I know that's your part of the job that you didn't really enjoy much.
That's right. I didn't enjoy that.
Well, can you think of any other interesting stories that you want to tell me?
Well, this man that called me, I'd known him for a long time, and he suspected his wife was going out on him. So he wanted to find out, and he asked me if I could find out what was going on, because he said she don't act right, she doesn't, come home, and she quit cooking for him and taking care of the children and everything, and he was real upset. And I said, yeah, I'll do what I can. So I went and I followed her where she was going, and she'd go practically out of town. She wouldn't in town, but she'd go out of town and to this guy's house. And so I stayed outside and watched, and they, about 3 or 4 hours later, she came out of the house and got in her car and went home.
That's so sad. So, even those many years ago, women cheated just like men did.
Oh yeah, they're just alike. I mean, one's about as bad as the other.
That is so sad. And, I don't know if people do, but I want to believe this, but I don't know that it's true. I want to believe that, there was a period where people treated marriage like a handshake, but now I'm wanting to believe that people are turning around and starting to respect marriages more.
I think so. There's a lot of people that I know that it's been together for a long time, and I think it's a lot better now than it was.
I think that's a great point, Mom, and I'm lucky to say that you and Daddy, that I had parents that were married for many, many years together. I had a lot of friends that their parents were divorced, and when you're older, divorce hurts you just as much as if you're a child. I think when you get older, it hurts a lot to see your parents get divorced, because I watched a lot of my friends go through that, and I'm so glad that you and Daddy were always together. You raised us together, and I just saw nothing but two loving parents.
Well, that's what we did. We loved each other, and we wanted a big family, and that's what we did. We got along good.
Boy, Daddy, he sure loved you, Mother. I remember when he was sick that he wouldn't hold his head up till you walked in the room, and he thought you did everything great. Even pouring milk over his cereal tasted better than when anybody else did it.
Oh yeah, he's always wanted me to excuse me, to do things for him, and I did everything I could.
Yes, I tell you one thing, you were and still are a great nurse, a great mother, and you were a great wife to my dad.
Yes, when I found out he was that sick, I just, I took a leave of absence, and then I just went on, taking care of him. And then I went on, went on until I retired, and I took care of him. I just went ahead and retired.
I know, Mom, you really did. You sacrificed a lot, and I know he appreciated it. Well, is there anything else that you want to tell me about the topic that we were talking about today? Do you recommend people become private investigators?
Yes, I do. I think it's not fun. It's sad, but
It's interesting.
it's interesting. And if you like to help people get to the bottom of things at what they're doing, and try to turn it around, I think that is worth it. To be one.
So you're saying that you can be a private investigator even when you discover things that are not exactly what people want to hear, the truth, give them a resolution. You might be able to say, look, this is what's going on. Maybe you can save your marriage before it gets worse.
Yes, there's a lot of people that I investigated that saved their marriage.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Well, it's not too late, and I want you to have a good dinner tonight. I know you're getting ready to have your dinner, and I want to thank you for spending this time with me on this Tuesday evening. And it's just such a beautiful day, isn't it? Sunny.
Yes, it is. It's a gorgeous day, and I like days like this. I'm glad we don't have much rain now.
I really enjoy doing these interviews with you, Mom. It just touches me, and I learned so much about you and what you did and what your thoughts are. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for spending time with me.
Well, you're welcome, and I enjoy spending time with you, and I love you, and I'll talk to you later, and bye for now.
I love you too, Mom, and bye for now.